Let's get on to Pierre Bourne versus Metro Boomin. So we all know that Pierre Bourne has started his own not independent, but like he is making music as an artist, producing himself, but also rapping on other people's beats. And it might not have been as successful as he wanted to be or thought it was going to be. It's still fire, don't get me wrong. Like I still listen to a couple songs on his recent album. What was it even called? I forgot. Like, but that's the point. Like, I feel like he could do so much more, and we all know that because it was called Good Movie. Yeah, I feel bad because I love Pierre Bourne. He used to be one of my top rappers, and I still do love his sound, but he just isn't marketing it to the fullest abilities. So somebody on Twitter yesterday, let's find it, said that something about like a scenario where Pierre Bourne did albums just like Metro Boomin. I think it would go crazy. I don't know if it would be as successful as Metro Boomin. So Pierre could be doing the same thing, but he thinks he's Kanye. Metro Boomin never misses on an album, and he does collab tapes with, you know, 21 Savage. He gets Migos and Future, Drake, Travis Scott, all the big hitters, Gunna, Young Thug, etc., etc. But if Pierre were to do that with such artists like Uzi, Cardi, Trippie Redd, like who else could he work with? And maybe that's the problem, because Pierre has such a, he's definitely influenced a whole new generation of producers and like a sound, and that spans outside of just producers, because artists love Pierre's beats, and that's producers, as we always talk about, influence rap, like how rappers rap on the beat, right? But I feel like Metro Boomin has a lot more artists at his disposal that he works with. Maybe it's because what you're saying with, oh, okay, we got Young Nudie, Lil Yachty, Gunna, okay, Tekka, yeah. So I think he could have a really successful album. I do think that Metro Boomin, let's see, it's projected his album Heroes and Villains to sell 140 to 150K. So I don't think Pierre Bourne can do that, just because Metro Boomin, again, the roster of artists that he could work with is a lot more mainstream than Pierre. But I do think that I personally would like a Pierre album, a producer album, essentially, way more. But then Pierre Bourne responded, yeah, sure, when my samples can finally clear and features finally come in on time. So maybe, when's the last time that Metro Boomin dropped a project? Because maybe it was like 2 years ago, and so maybe it does take a long ass time. Savage Mode 2 with 21 Savage looks like it dropped in 2020, so that was 2 years ago. Then before this, we got, that was Chopped and Screwed, but that was one artist, just 21 Savage. But All Heroes, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, deluxe at least, was released in 2018. So to drop his own strictly producer tape, where he got recruited Don Toliver, all the heavy hitters, Travis Scott, all the names that we listed before, it took 4 years. So I feel Pierre on this. Maybe that's why he just ended up like, yo, it's gonna take me $100,000 or however much it is to get a feature from maybe this artist that I want to work with, because he got some bougie artists, he got some narcissist friends. Let's be real, he got Cardi, like that's the one that he really needs on a tape, to not needs, but like that the fans would be literally itching themselves like they're crack addicts for that feature. But I could imagine that that's why he just starts rapping on his own beats, because he's like, yo, I'm trying to clear this shit, and you guys are all beating off in your LA mansions while I'm sitting here in the studio doing all the heavy work. Meanwhile, Cardi's just like, yeah, hey. Or no, that's Uzi, sorry. But you get the point. And that's no shade towards them. You know I love Uzi and Cardi. But the producers really be doing the heavy lifting, let's be real. But yeah, man, I think it would be better. But it would not be as big, for sure. For sure. 140 to 150K. But I guess that makes sense. I was gonna say, like, this is like a legit rapper, like a mainstream rapper type sales, but he does have everybody on this project. He got Travis Scott, Future, Chris Brown, John Legend, even Young Nudie. I still have yet to listen to it. I need to. Young Thug, Future, we already said that. The Weeknd, 21 Savage, Takeoff, ASAP Rocky, RIP, Gunna. So he got the fucking, he didn't even get Avengers, man. He got Egyptian god cards with him, bro. He got the winged dragon of Ra with him, and y'all don't even know what that is, but he literally be slurping up every single rapper in existence. Not Metro Boomin, because he's put on a lot of people. But the streams, this is easily platinum plaque, because that's just US sales for 140, 150K, man. So who knows what it did internationally. I still gotta listen to that. I still gotta listen to, who else? Dom Corleo dropped some. We're not gonna get copyrighted on this stream. I gotta go somewhere anyway. Who else? ASAP Rocky dropped some. So we'll again, I told y'all I'll stream on Twitch for that. For surely. It's a top 5 album. I've been hearing that. I've been hearing that it's amazing. Normally I'm not too keen on producer tapes, but maybe that's the move. I heard Cody talking about some with since producers are the biggest fans of music, or they're the biggest, I don't know, again, they're the generators of the sound, so it would be more cohesive, the album. However, I think with so many different artists on a project, I don't know, man, because it's like, who am I listening to? I feel like it turns into more of a singles game when you have so many features on a project. Like, even when we listen to Kanye's Donda, I'm like, whose album is this? Because it's not Kanye's, it's just a compilation of singles. But yeah, I think, again, Pierre should do this, man. But it feels like a lot of people, for some reason, don't fuck with Pierre in the industry. Like, he hasn't even worked with many artists on their beats lately, but maybe that's Pierre's fault, because I feel like he tried to do his own thing as an artist. But really, it's like the Solfego situation. Your sauce is the producing, so make your beats, send them off to Drake, to Cardi, to Trippy, to Uzi, to fucking everybody, Gunna, Young Thug, all the people, Future, because everybody would probably work with Pierre Bourne. Don't be charging no 70K. I don't know how much he charges, but maybe that's worth. These labels got big budgets, especially when you're talking Travis Scott. Like, I don't know how much they pay him, but it's probably a lot. Okay, so get on there, get back relevant. Hey yo, Pierre, yeah. So that gets your name back in the mix on the radios, even, because that's the type of hits that the artists he could be working with are doing. And then work on your own music on the side. Best of both worlds. I feel like a lot of people try to do one thing and like really focus on it, because there's so much advice out here saying like, no, you got to focus on one thing, or else if you're spanning your interest or your effort out too much, like, you're gonna fail at everything. Nah, bro, pick your sauce, like what's really working for you, the producing, and then have some on the side and grow that. It's a side hustle, bruh. So I think that Pierre Bourne, we've already discussed this, he's low-key like shooting himself in the foot by not producing for these big artists. But who knows, maybe behind the scenes they don't want it. Maybe he is sending out to people. That's a question that Pierre Bourne needs to answer, and he should, because I'm trying to hear him on Cardi's next album, Uzi's next album. He better be on Pink Tape. Yeah, Pierre's talented, man. I even like, he gets a lot of hate as a rapper, but I personally like his rapping. His bars are pretty corny, but I think people think his rap is corny because he's singing the lyrics. Like, I don't even know what it is. If you just go through Pierre's songs, you'll understand like the cliche, or what's the word, just the corny metaphors. But if he was actually rapping it like in spoken word, not necessarily trying to sing it, I feel like it would be normal. Like, there are rappers with way worse lyrics than Pierre, but he's dragging out these melodies with, you know, Call me Travis. I hit Kylie in the cheeks. And it's like, bro, chill. But if someone said, yo, call me Travis, I hit Kylie in the back. It's like, okay. Okay, buddy. SpongeBob, my Patrick. It's like, if you singing that, it sounds kind of lame, but SpongeBob, my Patrick. We giving the rocks. You know what I'm saying. Okay.